Individuals voted that my father's name would be put on the plaza, but there's something at that plaza that's more important than my father. There's the Bill of Rights over there. There's not a time on that Bill of Rights that says that we can lawfully assemble. And at the time that the law enforcement said that we couldn't occupy that plaza any longer, I headed for the Bill of Rights. Stone, Speaker Stone. If you're going to put a curfew on your plaza and you have such a historical stone over there that signifies that I have the freedom of religion, the freedom of press, the freedom of assembly, and the freedom of speech, okay? I feel like the stone should be altered a little bit. I feel like you should put a time limit on the stone that says from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock, you have the right to assemble. Because I didn't come there to commit a crime. I came there to voice my opinion and to my freedom of speech. And I'm under the impression that when you stand on that stone, you're no longer on American soil. That's what I'm under the impression of, okay? So if you're going to change the Bo Diddley Plaza, me, myself, I believe that you should change the stone or remove it and allow people to understand that they only have a certain amount of time to assemble or they're subject to arrest.
Please have asking folks not to make any negative or positive display, because that doesn't allow everybody to comment freely. We very much respect all of you making your comments when it's asked and you do the same. Aaron, I'm sorry you've spoken on this round.
Yeah, I don't think I spoke a full 3 minutes, though. What I have to say is less than 30 seconds.
And generally, you get a chance so that other folks get their chance to make a comment. I recognize you only spoke for a few minutes. I'm going to give you the courtesy, but I'm going to ask in the future to realize. Thank you. One shot.
Okay, this is branch off of what Mr. Mcdaniel just said. Aaron Sacrios, once again. The city ordinance time and place restriction on our First Amendment right to assemble is in direct violation with the Constitution. It needs to be overturned. You guys have the power to do that. First Amendment right says we can be there anytime we want. So, in not upholding that First Amendment right, you do violate the Constitution.
Thank you.
There are many of you who have not made direct eye contact with me. All right.
Aaron, the procedure is you actually communicate to the chair, and that's why it's not a matter of personal issue between you and any individual here or on the dais.
Directly through you and you only? Okay, I just want to make sure I'm being heard because active listening includes eye contact.
Everybody here has heard everything, in fact, heard more because we've had additional comments earlier in the review that wasn't related to this.
Okay, very good.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Mr. Henry.
Yeah, to assure him that we did hear you. You said you really would only need about 30 seconds and you spoke long, so we did hear you.
Yeah, okay, good.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Monica Cooper, resident since 65. I'm a performer and audience member of the Plaza, so I'm down there quite a bit. I agree with everything Bob Pete said. Thank you. Bob engineered that. So I wanted to ditto everything he said. I think one thing that we really need to recognize or tiptoeing around it is that 6 months out of the year we have intense heat in the plazas. That's why people don't want to sit down there. I also want to point out that only $18,000 is spent on the entire concert series. And Commissioner Henry, I was listening to what you were saying, and it was all about welcoming people down there. Well, if you have events and you have that one beautiful slide up there with all the tents and all, that's going to welcome people. Nobody's going to want to come and sit in the middle of the plaza in July in that heat. Okay, so you can't get around that. if there are tents up and there are events going on, you're going to have people, you know, walking through. But I think that you don't want to compromise the stage. The stage, as Bob said, is in a position to block that noise. And I know years ago that was a real problem. It's been improved upon. So reconfiguring that is not going to solve the problem. I would say if you want to spend money, I know it's from different funds, more events of all kinds. Bring some. I have a good fiddle player friend who'd love to do some fiddle playing around the plaza at noontime. You know, more events is going to bring people more shade from tents and things. You know, we can't have trees in the middle of the grassy area. We can't have that fountain that didn't work. It was a liability. And I know one thing was said, students and residents don't meet there before going downtown, out for the evening rather. That was pointed out. If you have events, they're going to be there. So again, it just seems to me kind of a simple thing. You want it to be more welcoming. People are welcoming. Music is welcoming. Arts are welcoming. The paint out they mentioned earlier, what a great thing. Bring people down there for a late afternoon sunset paint out. So leave the grassy area. The recessed area is better for viewing the stage. It's great for the kids, for the parents. You can keep track of your kid better in that little grassy area. But I just think that more money for